Okay, good evening, everyone. We're continuing with 3 minutes of Tehillim. We're up to Perek Kuf Chaf Hey, Psalm 125. Shir Amalos Habodchim Ba'Hashem Kahar Tzion, the song of ascents. Those who trust in Hashem are like the mountain of Zion, Lo Yimul Olam Yashem, that can never be moved and endures forever. And the next pasuk became pretty well known because of the song Yerushalayim Harim Saviv La. Yerushalayim, you can sing it if you want. Yechiel, your family, you have not that one, the one that you sing at one of the weddings with the blacks. That was the song that was very popular. It became even outside the Jewish world. What is it? And then it says V'Hashem Saviv La'amo Mi'atov Yad Olam. It's too late. So Hashem surrounds the Jewish people forever. What does this mean that Hashem surrounds the Jewish people and that the mountains of Yerushalayim surround it? So the Lubavitcher Rebbe says something very interesting. He writes that just like when we enter into Yerushalayim, it has a natural protection around it. So when we go and we try to study Torah, we have to first understand that we need to submit ourselves to Hashem. There's sort of a boundary to the Torah. You can't just jump in and learn Torah. You have to know, what are you now engaged in? What are you about to do? It's not just, I open up this kind of book, I open up a math book, I open a science book, I open the Torah. No, the Torah, we have to approach the Torah understanding it. It's a lofty, divine worship. It's a Devar Hashem. It's the word of Hashem, and it's just like the protective boundaries around Yerushalayim and the natural land itself. Before you get into, Yerushalayim, before you get even to Har Bayis, before you get even close to that, it has a natural protection of its harim, of its mountains. I reminded me of this article that just came out. I just got this in the mail. The Tradition Journal of Orthodox Jewish Thought, spring 2025, it honored Rav Aaron Lichtenstein Zecher Tzaddik Livracha, his 10th Yortzeit, and they just actually published an article which it was originally a paper that was really a speech he gave in the 80s, and it's called Relevance and Reverence. It's really a beautiful, beautiful piece. And it reminded me of this because Rav Lichtenstein talks about, there's this new, even in the 80s he was talking about it, still today, how is this relevant to me? How is this Torah piece? Maybe I can make it a little bit more relevant. And there's this emphasis in the educational realm and also in general in shuls, and we want to hear something that's relevant. But oftentimes, Rav Lichtenstein points out, when we prioritize relevance, we're actually not recognizing that Torah study, and it's supposed to be about reverence also. Everything is Dvar Hashem. It's supposed to be an engagement with Hashem, with what we're supposed to hear from Hashem. And therefore, whether it was Kachim, whether it was Taros, Rav Lichtenstein, it was all Torah. It was all Dvar Hashem, even if it was maybe not practically as relevant as other parts. And he has there's a beautiful accompanying essay. I'll just read one line of it for you by Michael Berger, where he reflects on this. And he says, right, Torah learning is Avodas Hashem. It sounds like obvious, but you have to think about it. This Harim Savivla, he writes like this. From this perspective, the desire for relevance in Torah study, however unwittingly, places us at the center, prioritizing our particular, very human interests over those of the divine, ultimately skewing the religious character of one's learning. Learning becomes a self-serving activity rather than one that is part and parcel of our total service of God, of Hashem. That's just, it's an obvious point once you think of it. But when you prioritize, this has to fit into my life, into what I know, into relevant to me, you lose out on the reverence of understanding that Torah is Dvar Hashem, and Hashem is Saviv La'amo. Just like the mountains protect Yerushalayim, we have to go into our study of Torah understanding that this is about Hashem, it's not about me.